Morning. Morning. We are 7 and a bit weeks out from the Gold Coast Marathon. It's a Tuesday morning and we are halfway through a 14k easy run out here on the Gold Coast, and it is a beautiful morning. It's nice to get back out here talking to you guys, yapping away about progress. So 18km marathon run Saturday just gone at a 4:44 minute pace, so we absolutely nailed that. I'm building up to a half marathon PB attempt this Saturday, where we'll do the 21k and hopefully a sub 4:40 per kilometer. So training is going really well at the moment, but life's been really busy. My birthday last month, went to a wedding. It's been good to keep up with training, obviously get the business back online and the launch done. May settle down a little bit and we're back into normal training prep for the marathon, which is nice. So yeah, it's probably more personal opinion more than anything, but I ran last year's marathon prep aiming for a 4-hour marathon at 5:38, which I would have hit without issue. But I'm finding running at slightly faster paces, more natural paces for my biomechanics, getting a lot more enjoyment out of my running. It's obviously harder and more stress on the body keeping that pace, but you know, coming down below 5 minutes a kilometre feels much more natural. I don't know if that's normal, I don't know if you guys feel the same, but I'm looking forward to my fast runs and my marathon runs. It's a challenge and the pace suits me better. So we'll see how the 21k on Saturday goes, but last Saturday was great and training's fun for the first time in 4 months. I need to find a friend on a bike. A friend on a bike that can film me while I run. Because taking a GoPro is hard. I'm not sure I'm going to take a GoPro. I'm trying to attempt a sub 3:30 marathon, but I'll work that one out for you guys. Sun's up. 6:30. I just cut that run down to 12.5. I think the pace increase is being extra strain on my right calf and shins, so I think the volume will build in the next 7 weeks, but pace I want to look after and focus on. So just cut 1.5 kilometers off, take some stress out of that right calf. But yeah, for now it's a solid run. Time to get some coffee and some breakfast. As it's actually been kind of stressful running the business full time, like trying not to attach my mood and self-worth to daily revenue and daily profit levels. It's actually quite difficult. So work in progress, but otherwise life's good. Obviously ups and downs of energy and staving off any negative symptoms of depression that may come along that tie closely with revenue and sales, but otherwise we're good as gold and really enjoying this marathon prep now. And I'm sweating a lot, it's very sunny, so yeah, see you in a bit. It's been probably the first time in 4 months I'm actually enjoying running and the rhythm of running and doing it consistently in a relaxed and actually productive manner. It's probably a mixture of having like a really big challenge to hit, having something to aim for is probably a little bit beyond my abilities is awesome. I think that process of like making progress and having targets to hit and is really helpful. So 2 weeks ago, I did a 15K at a 4-minute 47 kilometer. Last weekend on a Saturday, and I'll bring it up on the screen, I did 18K at a 4:44. And then my plan going into this Saturday is a half marathon PB. I'm trying to hit a 4-minute 40 per kilometer. So we're trying to like bring our actual marathon runs and marathon preps, training runs down to like a 3-hour 20 marathon pace. So when it comes to actually racing on July 7th, you know, that 4-minute 58 per kilometer pace is not a breeze, but carryable through that 42.2 kilometer distance. So it's great having a target. I'm really enjoying the process and the challenge, and I'm enjoying feeling like I'm doing something difficult, and that's been great. So, but yeah, general life update. That's up and running. April's been busy. The Apex launch was awesome. Shopify went hectic for 24 hours. We did our biggest ever month in that 24-hour period, which is great. And now I just want to extend from the football gear out into the running and hybrid gear for you guys and build out on that through the next couple of months. I don't know if we're going to hit the July 7th date for launching all the gear. It is a long and arduous process, but for the sustainability of the business and growing Apex as a brand, like it has to have a good October, November, December. That's when we'll do 50% of the revenue for the whole year. So that's right with Apex. It's kind of focusing on that last quarter of the year, but getting as much gear as possible to you guys and online before that, even if it's in smaller numbers, just to do an early access launch and get that online. So otherwise, yeah, it was good as gold. Gym work, volumes come down a little bit. We've got a session later on. I'll film some of that for you guys. But otherwise, I just need to be documenting more. It's been hard to make videos under the stress of the launch and trying to get recurring revenue consistently. So I need to do more of this, just chit chat with you guys, explaining trading, explaining life, and get way better at documenting the small things, the B-roll, the opening of the doors, the little things that make it very interactive. And I realized that there's a lot better quality film out there, ways to film videos out there, and I want, one of my main goals is up in the quality and the storytelling and the visuals of my content in the coming weeks and months. So I'm looking forward to really working on the channel and creating more content for you guys. I just have to document more and be a little bit more relaxed about what I'm putting out there and what I'm putting out there, and being more just yap a lot more, yap away. So for now, back to work, and then we have lunch, which I'll show you guys at lunch, and then into a gym session after lunch. So yeah, see ya. This is what peak performance looks like before a half marathon PB. That's pasta and sausages. So for those interested in behind the scenes orders that go off the socks, of all the gear, because I'm in Australia, US fulfillment and UK fulfillment is fulfilled by 3PLs in country, but Australia is a much smaller market for us, so I just fulfill the gear myself at the moment, which is actually quite nice and quite fun, because I get to do things like this, which is have a tiny printer on the desk, which makes the label come out and makes me feel really good. Oh yeah. So yeah, US is making kind of 75% of sales at the moment. UK coming in around kind of 15%, and Australia 10%. And so it's quite easy for me just to kind of have stuff tacked away in boxes out the way just for the Australia stock, and hidden in out the way, nice and safely. So yeah, it's all good fun. The football stuff at the moment, it's been a really good month, but still working on the main goal, which is this kind of stuff, and then work in progress, running socks and other kind of gear. So yeah, this is a little bit about my life behind the scenes running the Shopify brand. I'm looking forward to bringing all the running gear and everything else your way soon. Bye. So I haven't actually spoken to you guys in, actually sat in front of the camera for probably 10 days now. It's currently the 27th of May, 2024, and we are a full 7 weeks. Yeah, 7 weeks into this sub 3:30 marathon prep, and if I'm honest, the last 2-3 weeks have been difficult. Like I'm really been enjoying the running. I'm going to run through half marathon PB in a second, which was a really strong run. That was 8 days ago now. I've just come off a deload week, which I've spoken to you about in a different video. But yeah, let's run through the half marathon PB attempt. So I've been working up basically on a baseline of a 4-minute 58 kilometer, which is not rapid. That is what a 3 hour 13 marathon is. But during my training block, I've been doing a lot more pace work, more running, sub that 4-minute 58 kilometer pace. So I did a 15k marathon run at 4:47. I did an 18 kilometer run at 4:40, and then my target of 4:44. And then my target for this half marathon was a sub 4-minute 40 kilometer half marathon, and we did it. It was an awesome run. I felt really strong all the way through. I'll bring up the information on the side and I'll run through the splits in a second, but it was an hour 38 and 21 seconds, I believe, averaging a 4-minute 39 per kilometer. And I've been enjoying running faster, and it was one of those runs where everything fell into place really nicely. And I built up towards a few extra carb days on the Thursday night and the Friday, focused my nutrition, and I treated it as a sort of informal race event. So I was well rested, and I really built up to it mentally, which is probably why I needed the deload week just gone last week, the week after I did the half marathon PB, just to take a step back, take a notch back, because I've been really ramping up the volume and the training work recently. And so coming into this half marathon, I felt pretty confident that my body could handle the pace and the flow and the rhythm. And the split times are really consistent. Obviously, as I said, the first kind of 1 to 4K, I'm trying to find some consistency, some rhythm in the running and settle the heart rate and the breathing. And as you'll see in the graph, the heart rate just kind of obviously spikes up at that pace, and then you'll see a gradual increase from probably kind of the 4K mark all the way to 21, where I'm kind of going 150, 155, 160, 165, 170. And I don't mind seeing that heart rate and that effort over the course of the distance that I ran. And then combine that with the actual split times, they were pretty close together. I was definitely finding that 4:40 time, that 4:35, and sometimes when I'm running into that 4:31, 4:32 minute per kilometer, and I felt really comfortable pushing and actually kind of maintaining that through the run. Definitely by kind of kilometer 7, 8, and 9, like I feel like I'm in real full flow. I'm feeling really confident with the running, and that's when it feels really nice. As you know, you're coming up to the halfway point that I set myself at 10.5, and which is one of those runs where kind of everything came together really nicely. And it wasn't until I kind of got into kilometer 20 when I was pushing and really working through that I started feeling the impact of the half marathon distance. And I know it's only 50% of the full marathon, but I've never ever gone out to run at these paces with these kind of distances. And as I build into this weekend, which is a 25 kilometer run holding this 4-minute 40 pace, so I'm trying to run these marathon workouts, 15, 18 seconds of a kilometer faster than the marathon goal time, just to get my body used to the stress and way ahead of target, way ahead of training. It's a pretty common law that kind of your baseline falls to your training, doesn't rise to the event. And it's happened in my sporting career. It happens in any kind of elite discipline, or when you're putting yourself in a situation where there's a little bit of pressure and you have to perform. That's when kind of training above baseline and in a place where you are kind of more than prepared for the actual event. It's going to pay dividends on the day where things can go wrong or anything can happen to kind of derail you. So it was an awesome run. And as I say, after the 18k last week, I was chuffed with that. As you've just seen, I just come out of a deload week, so just 2 gym sessions, 3 runs, just 25 kilometer total for the week, taking some pain out of my shins and my ankles, and I feel in a really good place. Today is the 27th of May, so it's a Monday. Did a nice recovery run this morning, and this week we've got 14 kilometers on the Tuesday, probably a track or tempo session on the Wednesday. Thursday, easy run. As I said, we got that 25k on the Saturday, and yeah, this half was a really good, this half marathon PB was a really good confidence booster, and now I just got to carry that through as I go 25, 30, 35 into peak week in more or less a month's time. And I think for me, I know my goal is to hold that 4:40 as we go to 25k, as we push to 30k, but I realise that it's going to take a lot for me to hold that at 36, and then obviously a marathon day. So it'd be fascinating to see how the body holds up, how the legs hold up, how the lungs hold up, but I'm feeling good with training. Yeah, I just haven't felt so good making videos. So having a chit chat, yeah, I'll get some more footage up soon, and I'll catch you guys in a bit.